Right Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. So in this class I'll be showing you how to make this asymmetric yoke bustier you are seeing there on the thumbnail. So I have already made my full bodice pattern because I'm making asymmetric, as you can see. So I have my full bodies. So I have my 3x3 neckline, and I'm going to find the midpoint of my 3x3. This will help me to create my overbust darts and contour my darts. So I've gotten the midline, and I'll rule my line across to the bust point. So once that is done, the next thing I want to do is to take my bust radius. This is my chest, and this is my bust point. This is the under bust point. So the difference between my bust point and my under bust is 3.5. So I will take this 3.5 around. So that is the area at which my bust is going to sit. So I love to do this because it will help not to expose the bust. Okay, so I just take it around and take it all around. So now within this area I know how to construct my neckline. Okay, so I might decide not to do for this because it's asymmetric, and on this side is actually on the high side. So I want to start creating the neckline first. So the neckline is the bustier itself. We are going to work on the bustier. Then after the bustier comes the yoke. So to work on this bustier, I'm going to come this way on my bustier. I want my bustier to run into the armhole. So following this curve this way. Okay, so because it's asymmetric, I've created from this point, and this is my mid armhole. So my mid armhole, I'll come up by 1 inch to create this neckline. So I'll come up by 1 inch, and I'll place my pattern ruler. I'm looking for a suitable way to place this ruler to give me this asymmetric line. Okay, all right, so I think I got it now. So I'm going to tighten my overbust. For this, I'll tighten my overbust, and there will not be any need to replace your dart because the neckline is running into the armhole, so there is no dart replacement. Don't bother about that. It does not affect anything whether you replace or not. It runs into the armhole and is taken care of by the side. So I've tightened here. I'm taking it stage by stage on one side. So from the center front, I'll contour my underbust. My underbust from center front is divide by 4 is 8.75. I have 1.25 left. So from here I'll put 0.25, and from here I will put 1 inch. So on the center front side you put a quarter and 1 inch. So if you have 1.5 here, still put a quarter and 1.25. If you have 2 inches, put a quarter and 1.75. So that's how to contour your under bust perfectly. So from here I go this way, and I flip my ruler this way as well. So once that is done, I'll just go ahead and do this and do that. So I'm done with this part right now. So I want to go over to this other part. So to go over to this other part, I'm thinking of making use of a princess dart. You can still use an overbust, but if I use an overbust here, it means I'll have to replace my my dart. So whichever way is okay. You can use a princess dart. So if you are using a princess dart here, it means you are going to take the measurement of what you have, find the midpoint. But let me use an overboard because the neckline is higher. So from here I'll come in by 0.75, 0.75. Then I'll connect it with the straight part of my ruler. I'll flip it this way. You can see it. So because this is running outside, I think this best explains when to replace your dart and when not to replace your dart. So because it's running on the armhole, you need to replace this 1.5. I'll extend it by 1.5 and replace. Very important. If not, you have a shortage on the bodies right there. Okay, so this is where the 1.5. Then I will reconnect. Okay, so I'm reconnecting it following the shape of the dart, big to small. So you have to also keep your ruler to give you big to small. Can you see that? This shape is same with this shape. So we are done with this. So next is to repeat the contour line on the under bust, exactly what we did on the other side. I have 1.5 remaining. I put quarter here, put 1.25, sorry, and then I come with my ruler this way to the bust point. I go this way and I go that way. So I just come this way and this way. Okay, all right, so that is that, people. As you can see, so we are done with the bodies right now. We are good to go. So the next thing we want to talk about is the yoke. So for the yoke is going to be traced out. So from the natural neckline, it depends on whether you want to still expand this. If you still want to expand your neckline, okay, it's actually a high neck, you can come out by 0.5. Okay, so I will advise you come out by 0.5 from your natural neckline. You just go around it 0.5. So if you go around it now, means that my new neckline becomes what you have right here. Okay, so that's my new neckline. So from that neckline, I'm going to, in fact, use my mid armhole line to construct the yoke. So I wish to use my hand, my free hand, because my ruler will not give me what I want. So you can see what I'm doing. So you can now use your free hand to do this. Okay, so it depends on where the yoke. If you want it to stop at the under bust, it means you will go this way. You can see me doing that with my free hand. Okay, so I'm going to trace this cape right now. I'm tracing this cape placing my so I'll place my pattern ruler, my pattern this way, and I'll start to trace the cape. So I'm seeing the cape, how it's running. So I'm just trying to take it from the points of the neckline, the new created neckline. Okay, I'm taking it into the armhole. So I'll just come into the part I created that cape and okay, so I've gotten the yoke right away and I'm going to cut it out. So we are cutting it out before we go ahead to cut So I've traced it out now, so you can see it fitting right into the space. Okay, so this is it fitting into that space. So I'll separate it, then I'm going to cut the main body. So you'll be using the traced part to cut your, you'll be using it to cut your yoke, and you'll be placing the lace salvage on the edge as it is right there on the torn nail. So I'm cutting through my waistline right now. Okay, so that is what we'll have on this pattern, and I'll open up my bust dart to close it. So this is my bust dart. I close it right now, and this is my bust dart. I equally close it as well. So when sewing this, you sew this to this, and this will go over to this. So if you notice there's a shortage right here, you can put your pepper and replace that shortage. So replacing that shortage, you just have to put your pepper in between. So you have to match chest line to chest line and match them together. So I'm shifting it to where we actually have the shortage. Then you can do what? You can reblend. You can reblend. So you can see me reblending right now. I place back my ruler, and from here I'll just reblend it. Okay, and this one comes to this. So you just go ahead and cut. So that becomes your pattern for this. Okay, so this will be sewn to this, as you can see, while this will be sewn to this. So if you also notice a shortage, you can replace, but it's not enough what we have there. So I'll come in with this. When I sew in, I'm going to place this exactly on the bustier. Okay, so it's going to be on the bustier, following the armhole this way. Okay, so this part will be sewn with an off-shoulder sleeve, while this part will be sewn to the normal armhole. Okay, all right, so that's how to go about it. Thank you very much for coming to this tutorial. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends. Drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for coming. See you in the next class. Bye.